Hello everyone, I'm Psychotic, and that's also my screen name. Welcome back for episode 23 of our Medieval Dynasty Let's Play. I ask that if you learn anything useful or if you have a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe, but without further ado, let's go ahead and load our game. Alrighty, now here we are. It's daybreak. We do need to go on a sell run, for money obviously, but also to, whoop, hang on just a second. Totally forgot to put on the headset. That's how I get rid of the echo, so that the villagers aren't coming through the speakers. But we need to sell some stuff to make money, and we also need to sell some, buy some seed and some stuff for the quest. So we're going to buy some wool for a quest for a villager, and we're going to buy the grocery list that Sambor wanted so that we can run that out to him as well. We have a couple of things that we plan on building today. We're going to work on, obviously, the seed for the second field. We are also going to build a stable that we unlocked with the furrowing of the second field. And we are going to work on trying to get that second storage out at the mine so that we don't have to keep making multiple trips every time that we go for materials. There we go. So let's see, we need to talk to her for sure. So we need 3 wool. So we'll buy the wool first. We're not going to scroll. The scroll's too slow for me. So we're going to go ahead and buy our wool. And then we're going to load her up. What did I just sell? I just sold my bucket of water. Son of a bitch. How much of a loss are we going to take trying to buy that bucket back? None, apparently. Like 10 coins. I'm not worried about it. Okay. That's what I get for hitting the button too fast. Impatience is a burden. Alright, let's see here. These stone arrows can go away. The stone knives, that was the whole reason we made them. The deer figurines, we're going to keep one of these back. She can only buy one. She's out of money, isn't she? Very, very nearly. No, she is. She has $1.
See you soon.
Meh.
Hail, friend. Best goods in the valley.
Okay, so we needed... Oh, poop. You know, it really is best if you check what you need before you, try to buy stuff. Beetroot, onion, cabbage, carrot. 20 of each.
Hail, friend. Best goods in the valley.
Beetroot. Cabbage. Carrot. And onion. Oh. Okay. So now we can sell him the rest of our stuff, so that hopefully we're not taking a loss here. Let's sell him all but one of these. Okay. I think that's everything sellable. Yeah, I think that's everything that we're willing to sell anyway. We still put a dent in him. Now, we're not quite to 40k yet, and we're going to lose 10k when we buy a horse. But I think we're in pretty good shape at 35k right now. Alrighty then. I totally forgot to buy the seeds. Son of a bitch. Okay. So my idea, rather than just putting 2 people in here, because they'll try to do the nearest field first, that's why I split them, even though each of these can hold 4 people. The idea is to have them work 2 different fields. So she's still in the manuring phase, we're at the beginning of day 2, and then she's going to go ahead and do what he's doing now. I actually went ahead and already scraped this one and then manured it, I just didn't plow it. So he should be fine. I think they have enough bags, I'm not particularly worried about it. So we're going to head out and hope for the best, I think. There's our planned house that we haven't done anything with. Now I'm trying still to get that dirty achievement, so I'm not going to bathe. That means that we're going to have a hard time recruiting anybody on this trip out, but seeing as that's not the purpose of this trip, I'm not overly worried about it. Would love to kill that Winston for the hunting EXP, but maybe we'll kill it on the way back. Now these wolves we are going to have to drop. Now we did figure out last episode that if you go in deep water, we know that if you go in deep water it works as a bath. The bath that we have in our village is so that we don't have to go all the way down to the pond to get clean. But, and I'm quick saving through here because bandits. We did find out that when you're on the donkey, it doesn't clean you, so we don't have to worry about that. Oh, hey, Stesso. When do I think it's time to take in folks? Take in folks how? Take in folks. Oh! Whenever you've got some housing that you can put them up in. Anytime that you have any kind of jobs, you can bring them in. They can do stuff for you. I mean, even from the very beginning, once you get your first workshop up, you can have them start on baskets and things. You'll just have to supply the materials yourself. So, I would start by building a couple of houses ahead of time, and remember, try to plan where you put them, because when they have children, you can only pair a male and a female in a house, and when they have children, their stats are an average of the parents, so you want to put producers with producers, gatherers with gatherers, etc. So try to plan that ahead of time as best as you can. Sometimes you just get screwed, but for the most part, you can make that work in your favor. But definitely get that herbalist shack with somebody in it as soon as possible. Remember that for some strange reason, the herbalist shack uses the fishing skill and not the production skill or the gathering skill, just as a heads up. I don't know why. It's just a thing. But yeah, you should totally be recruiting people, especially if you've got production shacks up and running. There's no reason not to. Absolutely. I kind of screwed myself on our first kid. Kind of sucks. If we look at our management, our kid's okay, but this Genevieve, she's got some 3s now, but they would have been much higher. Her parents are mismatched, so she had a bunch of 2s and 1s when she was first born. So her stats are not going to be as good as some of these other kids are. Well, I guess these are mostly 2s and 1s as well. So my first handful of villagers being born are not great, because I was not paying attention to that, and they had already partnered up before I could change them. It'll take a couple of seasons for them to form a family, but once they've formed a family, you either get rid of the whole family or none of the family. So you can't mix and match past that point, so it helps to try to plan ahead as best you can. But if you look at... and you want to, as soon as possible, get the tier 2 and or tier 3 houses. Tier 3 houses will make them happier, but the tier 2 houses are the important part. Tier 1 houses are only temporary, because villagers can have 2 children. You can only have 1, so you could always live in a small house, but I wanted to upgrade our house just so my wife was happier. But that's definitely a thing, and try to build them out of stone if you possibly can, because if you build them out of wattle, and you can do stone from the very beginning, you can do stone, but if you build them out of wattle, in order to upgrade them you have to destroy walls, and you can't destroy a wall if somebody lives there. So you'd have to build an extra house to upgrade a house, as it were. Let's see. Oh, there's a producer, but she's female. We need a male. Oh, but she's a miner, too. She's really good, and we got nowhere to put her. That makes me sad. Yeah, I'm hoping that by covering things like that in these videos, you guys will learn from my mistakes, and it'll make your path a little bit easier. Because there have been some things that I've done where they've been some pretty bonehead moves, but I had no idea at the time. And today one of our goals is actually to put in a second storage building up by the mine, because the storages share an inventory. So that will allow us to mine, walk right outside the mine, put it in storage, and then ride home. So we can, instead of making 2-3 trips back and forth, we only need to make the one, and then we can pull the stuff out of storage back at home and do the stuff that we need to with it. They've got a new one coming out soon that is essentially Medieval Dynasty, but in the Japanese feudal era. And I've got some friends that are very interested in that one because it's going to have co-op from the get-go. Unfortunately, I prefer European history to Japanese history, but I have some friends that are the other way around, so I might wind up having to play that one as well. But this game is phenomenal. I absolutely adore it. Alright, so we can't go down to Hornica just yet. Well, we can, but we can't buy a horse until we get our stables built. So we're going to ride over to Branica. We're still looking for a male production person to fill out that last kitchen. We are also going to need another... I really got to get another house up. I want that gal that was production and mining. So that'll give us a little bit more leeway with mating. The other thing to remember with mating is some of the people that you get for free are, they have really great skills, but they're old. So, if they're within 10 years, it's optimal. If they are within 20 years, they will still mate, but it will take much, much longer. She's a farmer. Crap. If they are over 20 years, they will not mate at all. So that's a thing to watch out for as well as your ages. Now you can kind of use that to your advantage if you have a couple that's 12 apart and they have the 2 skills that you want with them, but you already have a couple that's preggers. You can mate the old pair because they won't. It'll take them several seasons before they will become a family and conceive. So that'll help spread that out for you a little bit. So that's another op. Oh, come on, you're killing me, game. All of the diggers I could ever want, and none of the producers. They are both female. Son of a... So the only 3 that we have found so far on production has been female, which we can't use because we don't have anywhere to put her. So we got one last ditch effort at this town. Honestly, I don't even know if we'll be able to recruit with as dirty as I am, because if you're dirty enough, people will refuse to talk to you. And we could clean... And only a female, because of course. Alright, it is what it is. Let's go. Okay, so now we need to figure out where we want to put our stables. Do we want to turn this into a block? Or do we want to keep it going longer? It's pretty long. We might turn it into a block. Because we're going to have another block going down here. For the, let's see how big the, see how big it is. So farming? No, it's not farming. Animal? Stable. Okay, that's pretty damn big. I think we are going to put it here. So we're going to get this evened up with these guys. And bring it over until it lets us place it. Right there. Okay. Donkey, I need you, buddy. Did it work out? I think it worked out perfect. It did. So there's our stable completed. So We could build the tier 2 version, but that's going to be a bunch of extra materials, and it's going to make us that much slower. So what we're going to do is we're going to build the tier 1, and since they share an inventory, we're going to use the tier 1 to grab the materials that we need to upgrade it to the tier 2 while we're over there. The only possible... Too uneven to build, objects blocking. Obstacles blocking, too uneven to build. Shit. What if we come up here? Oh, we can build one here. It's a very narrow area that it's going to let it happen, though. There's a very, very small area here that will let us do this. Now I know originally building more than one storage linked their inventory, but it didn't actually give you any larger storage. I have read that that is no longer true, but I don't know if... What I read did not come from a reliable source, so basically we're going to use this as a test. Either way, I wanted this here, because we needed it for... I don't have enough logs. Because the base wasn't stone. Because the base was made out of logs. Shit. Is it... There we go. So now to upgrade this beast, we can easily do that because the chest inside will get us the materials that we need. So we just need a crap ton of logs. So let's take out like 50. Alright, we didn't check to see. Okay, so yeah, building a tier 1 storage actually took us from 2,000 storage space to 3,000. So they do stack now. So not only do we have that shared inventory, but we have more space. There's absolutely no reason not to build one of these near a mine, or near a cave. It is all benefit. 5, 10. And now I have too many. Because of course I do. So this should, by rights, put us at 4,000. Yep, we now have 4,000 storage. And it cleaned out 500 of our weight that we already had in there. So that was totally, totally worth it. Now, I think we're going to need around 16 sticks. Because I want to put that fence back up to make sure our bear friend doesn't come back. Okay, it's a little further out of the way than I would have liked. I also probably have it facing the wrong direction now, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and build our fence. Alright, that'll keep Bareface away. So if we come out of the mine and come up right here where we normally do, like we're going back to town. It's right there. I really should have had it facing the other way, but that's alright. We can make do. But every time I hear that that little doo-doo-doo, it's like a hit of dopamine. Now, unfortunately, when I played back in the day, I should have most of the achievements already, but the achievements weren't a thing until the full edition came out, and I played in the pre-release. So, all of these achievements I'm getting for the first time, even though I kind of knew what was going on. Not really, but kind of. I mean, they've added so much. It's been like playing a game that you only kind of know. So I went, what, 2 years, almost 3, without playing? My biggest gripe about the game was that it's single player. Games, particularly survival games, I absolutely adore survival games, and I don't mind playing them by myself, but I get significantly more out of them when I play them with friends. Or even strangers. It's not any fun to, say, play Minecraft or Valheim and build this giant, super pretty house or this super efficient section that does all these things for you and not have anybody to show. I enjoy the building of the things, like that's why I did Hydroneer like I did. I enjoyed building it, and I enjoyed getting it as efficient as I could, but after that, I mean, there's not really anything to do. Whereas when you play with friends, you can make your own things to do. You can have fun with your friends. I think there's an item that we get from a quest from our kid, this strange coin here. Turns out it does have a use. If you drop it, it will flip heads or tails for you. So that's kind of cool, but I can see far more functionality with that with friends, like deciding who's going to do what, who's going to build where. I can see more functionality with that with friends than I can in solo play. I suppose you could make your own fun with it, but it's just not the same. I guess you could use it to decide whether or not you're going to take on villagers, or decide whether you're going to be a mining or production town. A lot of people recommend when you first start your town that you focus on mining or production. Yeah, you're right there. Playing by yourself is kind of nice sometimes, particularly like playing 7 Days to Die with my friends. There are times where I absolutely adore playing with my friends, and there are times where I'm like, dude, why are you doing this? You are wasting our resources. But I don't want to be commandeering either, because that's not fun for them. So you don't want to tell them not to do it, but at the same time, it's very, very frustrating to watch it happen. Okay, so that's that problem solved, but why are they not using the bronze pickaxes? I did put them in here, didn't I? Did I not? I never put them in the storage. So we're just going to pretend like that didn't happen. Oh, that's dangerous. I have to be careful not to ride donkey off the edge there. Now, the nice thing is, because we have the storage here, I just put them in storage, and they will start using them right away. Yep, all of our stuff in the top left's gone now. So, I mean, there's that going for us, at least. But, yeah, that was more than a little embarrassing. Yep. That's a thing that happened. So it has to either be in the storage, and if you look when you click on things, like seeds go in material storage, but it tells you, if you look down here, it says resource storage. So the other upside to storing things in resource storage is they do not take up their full weight when they are stored in the proper spot. So some things, like if we come over here to potage, it shows red because we're in resource storage, so you know that that's food storage. If it's in one of those two storages, they will use it automatically. If it's in their chest for their workstation, they will use it automatically. But like how I had the animal feed in with the pigs, if I had somebody working the donkey shack, they would not use the animal feed that's in with the pigs. I had to move it over into resource storage for them to actually use it. So they won't use it from just anywhere, but you do have two places that you can put it for them to use it. And that didn't even take the full day. Our half-assed trip where we left most of the copper and stuff behind still took almost a full day to do. This is so much better. I would highly recommend getting one of these up as soon as possible. To think of all the time I've wasted. So, okay, so we got 110 copper out of that. How'd our tin do? We got 300, well, around 200 stone and 57 tin. So we need to change around our forges a little bit. Are we going straight or left? We're going left. I suppose I could have just looked at the damn sign. We're going to Hornica. I don't know. Maybe they were pulling a World War II British thing where they screwed with all the signs so they would get lost if they were invaded. You never know. Weird stuff happens. Aw, look at the cute little foal. Colt. Hi there. So, we want both of these iron horseshoes. One for donkey, one for the horse. We want a new large saddlebag and a new saddle. For the, oh my god. That took so much money. Alright. We're gonna get ourselves a male horse. Mare stallion. Oh! It's only 9,100! Oh, right, because I put points into, we have a 10% reduced price rate. That's why. Because I put points into that. There we go. So we're down to 24 grand, but we have a horse. You know what? I might well buy a second, because if they're that expensive... Oh my god, look at that one. I want a black horse. I want a black horse. We're going to buy the filly. And we're going to let it grow up. And hopefully mate it with the male. So that we can sell their children for coinage. Because that was a very expensive animal. I eventually need to get ourselves a... Look at all these deer! You guys are never around when I need you. And now there's just a whole damn herd of them running. I loaded up all that stuff to sell, and it is nighttime. Nobody's going to buy anything.
How is life?
Oh, maybe he will. He has one coin. The one vendor we found was the one vendor I had already cleaned out. Let's go to the horse lady, because she's got a bunch of our money anyway. Is she in the house? No. Maybe. It's hard to tell. I totally just rode a donkey into their house. Oh, that's so messed up.
Nice to meet best goods in the valley.
Oh, that's so messed up. Just ta-da! Me and my donkey. Well, I couldn't get off the donkey. I'm overburdened. There you are, donkey. So we go IH. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Get into donkey's saddlebags. We're going to give him one of the horseshoes. Then we're going to hit IH and double-click to equip. There we go. So iron horseshoes, a type of equipment crafted at the anvil in the smithy, can be put on a mount to reduce its stamina when galloping. So now the question is, donkey is currently our mount. And we're going to put him up in here. Now, what's going to happen when I put a saddle on the horse? When I whistle, who's going to come? Or can I only have one saddled at a time? We have 7 people now without tools? What the shit is happening? Okay, the excavation shed needs repaired. The well doesn't have buckets. I don't care about the well. The fishing hut needs repaired. The smithy ran out of materials for all of the copper stuff. So let's... one thing at a time. So we're going to give you some horseshoes. We're going to give you a large saddlebag, and we're going to give you a saddle. We're going to saddle you up. And then we can equip you with the other stuff. So he's got 65 kilograms carrying capacity. Donkey does have considerably more. So then does that mean that Donkey is now unsaddled? Yeah. Oh no, Donkey's... oh yeah, that's the horse. The horse has 65. So where's... so if I get on Donkey and get off a Donkey... so he's got 75. So we're losing 10 kilograms of carrying capacity for increased speed. So let's see what kind of an increased speed we get off the horses, shall we? See if it's really worth it. Yeah, that's way faster. Oh, and the stamina. This is nuts. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, shit, we're not even holding shift right now. This is just his normal move speed. Okay, yeah, horses are worth it. I don't know that it's worth switching back and forth between them just for 10 kilograms, though, to be completely honest. I feel like we're going to wind up mostly on the horse. Our village is actually getting to be pretty good size, it looks like. Eventually, I want to put some stone walls around our fields just to pretty them up a little bit. But I don't even think we're to them yet. So that's everything repaired. So if we look at our tech tree, what do we actually need for the stone walls? The mine. The mine will get us the stone fence. And the lantern that I was talking about that I really, really want. So... we got our horse. We got our main goal. We never got the house built, so we'll try to lead with that on our next episode, I think. So we got the house placed, we just didn't get it built over here. And we need to build it so that we can get some more producers and harvesters in here. We need a male producer to match with our female producer, but we also need an extra house. That house will just clear out the overflow house, so we actually need 2 houses, but that's... we'll worry about that next time. For now, I think we will make ourselves some shoes, and we will make ourselves some flax stuff, and probably some knives, and probably call it there for this episode. We'll just do the long crafting. It is getting late, and I gotta get up super early, so... I think this is where we're going to stop for the night, guys. If you learned anything useful or had a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, have a fantastic rest of your night. And Stesso, enjoy yourself.